This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson,
Welcome to Football Daft. It is the daftest Scottish football podcast around, and we're back after a couple of weeks off involving house renovations, wrestling matches, work and trips to Barbados. I'm producer John, and you may know me
and the rest.
Yep. And you may know me from such radio shows as Bowie at Breakfast or Fred McCauley on the Greatest Hits Network. And let's introduce the team. We've got a full squad today. First, a man who's probably getting ready to release his own statement after his club and every other person releasing a statement. It's Stephen Purden.
We'll talk about the statement later. It's not a good time, innit?
We'll get into that in a minute. And a man sporting the colours of Celtic as ever. He's Celtic Daft, he's Football Daft. It's Chris Toll.
What is happening? Do you know what daft I'm, John? I'm
What?
fucking Lord Provost daft, mate.
The last
How
time
do
I
you
saw
feel
it,
about that, brother?
Yes, last time I saw you, I was wrestling the Lord Provost and abusing you from the top of the ring post, and then you're getting your own back in commentary as well, Chris. You
John,
can still
did you hear the end of the commentary?
I did hear the end of the commentary.
Sorry about that, Lord Provost, but you know, you don't walk into a wrestling show and tell all the ways that wrestling's kid on, alright? Kayfabe, you fucker.
I love how John McInally actually said he was on top of a wrestling post abusing Chris Tolman.
It was brilliant. I had a great time on doing that. And finally, a man who's actually a proper wrestler and who this week was beaten in a penalty shootout by his radio co-host Crofty, and he's absolutely bailing about it. It's Grado.
That was dark.
It was some penalty.
It might have been dark, but it was like watching fucking Sergio Ramos and his pump.
Listen,
Grado, talk us
don't.
through what happened.
Well, we do a competition every other month. He beat me at golf in the golf simulator, and then he beat me at basketball with the Glasgow Rocks. And then I thought, right, well, he can't beat me at penalties, man. You know what I mean? He turns up with his hat on, his sunglasses. He's a Motherwell fan. Come on, surely I can beat him. Mate, it was fucking shit hot at penalties. I put the video in the group chat. Do you know, I was proper raging. I actually had to apologise when I went in the next day, right, this morning, because I was in such a huff. Because I had it right, Bayface were shite, right, and it was just a goalie that they picked for the goals, like five-a-side bit, and it was, we'd got to 4 penalties. He had scored one, I had scored one. It was his 5th penalty and he missed it, so I just had one to take, man. And I skied it out of the bar. Crofty goes up, scores it. You know that way they gave me like a Go Radio tap and shorts and socks? I just walked right out the place. Still, I never even changed.
I love that Grado Huff, man.
And they were like, guys, let's get pictures with the team and all that. Let's go, good video. And I was like, I'm off, I need to go. I was like, I can't take this. I can't take it. And he's sort of going, yippee!
Yippee!
Yippo, come on!
Yippee, I thought it was something that they just wrote in the Beano and the Dandy.
Grado, you're going to have maybe next time, because obviously you're a goalie of some note. Maybe next time you should go in the sticks and try and save some of his penalties.
I was saying that, John, you know what I mean? Grado, of the cat, as they call him in the wrestling circles.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not been taking penalties into Crofty and Crofty been taking penalties into him.
I know.
I tell you what, you would have won that one, brother. You would have won that one.
I was saying today, one of the best times I've had was when Stephanie got the ball out the back door and I put the gloves on and she hit shots into me for about 2 hours. That's honestly one of the funnest times I've had, because I haven't been in goals for years.
I'll call you Kepa, man.
half the bench for a shootout. Fuck
I gotta call you Kepa, man. I go like, can he save or take penalties, man?
I can see why you asked Stephanie to marry you, Grado, after that beautiful story. We went at the back and
you know why he's asked Stephanie to marry him? Have you seen her? He's punching that far. He's punching that far out his fucking weight range. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
hey, we're all punching.
What? We always
You're punching an auto.
Aye.
By the way.
Yeah.
I seen your Instagram post this morning for Sammy, mate. You're well punching an auto.
Hey, actually, I need to hear a shout out. It's her birthday today, so Like, this is coming out tomorrow, so happy birthday for yesterday, my love. Happy birthday for yesterday, my love.
You were good at that, by the way. The Instagram post was quite cute. I liked it and left a wee comment, man.
Oh, you didn't say something along the lines of...
Oh, he popped 10 40s, mate.
I've fallen in love with my best friend. See these people that say, I bet you Stephen Purden would have been one of these people at their wedding that would have went, I married my best friend. Did you say that?
I did.
Fuck off. That's bullshit.
Oh, John,
Right?
John. Do you know what? And Grado will testify to this, because just about 6 months after, I done a wee video on STV.
I remember that.
We need to insert this STV.
I'll say
Is
for
that the one
why.
in your car, Stevie?
It wasn't in my
The
car,
one-
it was in a car, and I'll say for why. She's been through a lot in her life.
She's
Right,
the
and-
inspiration.
Aye. I nearly died that year. I could have died that year. And she was
John,
there.
can we not share the video to the screen now? Come on, it's
Okay,
the
right,
funniest
okay.
video. Can we do this, please?
Let's share the video right now.
Oh, no.
My wife Nicola is my hero. The reasons why the past couple of years we've had quite a tough time. First of all, I was diagnosed with viral meningitis, and my wife Nicola was there with me every step of the way. And I was off work for 3 months, in the hospital for a month, and then when I got out, Nicola fell pregnant, was expecting her first child, and her gran sadly passed away at the same time. And the way Nicola coped with everything was just amazing, and she just took everything on her stride and was there for everybody. And during the pregnancy as well, her mum got diagnosed with breast cancer, and again she coped with it so well and took everything on her stride. And basically for those reasons, she's my hero.
Let me shed some light on this. Let me shed some light.
She was there for me every step of the way, and that's why she's my hero.
And it's the way I get repeating. She just took everything on her stride. right. There's a story to this, right?
I want to know why you're doing it in the hard shoulder of the
I
M.
know.
Hostage, man.
It's like when Brent loses his job in the office and walks to the motor. This is my office. Right, so the story to that video, right? Grado. So I don't know if you've done them as well, Joe. I don't know if you've worked on them, right? Grado, you've done things for like Fest TV, right? They kicked the arse out of filming, right? It was the longest day ever. And see, the day before, there was a charity football match, can't remember where it was, but see my black eye in that's for Bob Malcolm, right? He fucking absolutely ladled me in the charity match, and it was louting, man, honestly, right? Then I went to film this thing. I was only meant to be there for 2 hours. 2 hours turned into 4 hours, turned into 6 hours, turned into 8 hours, and then that was me getting drove home. And the guy's like, "Oh no, we forgot to get the video of who Stephen's hero is." And I'm like, but see, at this point, you know, I'm a pure nice guy. I'll appease cut and be pure nice, not. But see, at that point, I went, "Mate, I'm not doing anything else for you. I'm not doing anything else." And he's like, "Oh, mate, we have to do who's your hero?" And I went like, "Alan McCoist." And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And he's like, "No, it needs to be a real hero." And I'm like, "Right, my wife." And he went, "Why?" And I told him what I'd been through. "That is great." Say the guy's name's Chris. Chris, get rolling. Come on, let's pull over and just do it here. And I'm like, "Oh my God." I didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
I tell you what, that's
Honestly, man.
She was going through a really hard time, and then she just took it in her stride, and then she fell pregnant, and then after that, then she had
the
problems with
grand
her.
died.
I like the fact that Stevie's been in with viral meningitis. He's come out straight on the bones, got her up the stick. Magic. Magic.
I tell you what, that's serious brownie points, so Stephen. That is absolutely. You must be like dying.
You won't be fronted watching it.
Podcast, I'm pissing myself
Tell me
laughing.
this one, mate. Did she when Nicola seen it? Did she cry?
Aye.
That's you. That's you.
Well
Well
played.
done,
You've
bro.
done the job.
Bad, man.
Wait, aye, but once she hears the podcast this week, she'll kick fuck at me.
Can win on, man.
So let us get into the football then. Let's get into the football. What has been happening in Scottish football? Right, oh boy, okay, boys, let's do it. Let's talk about.
Oh, John, see before we get into football.
Oh, yeah.
See we go into football. I want to know about your. I want to hear about Barbados, man.
Right, John.
Come on, tell us about
Right,
Barbados.
sorry, I was in the lucky position that one of my friends has
Fuck
got
the football.
he's got a fair bit of money, and him and his company went over to Barbados, and I luckily got invited along to go and see the cricket there. However, it was a fucking emotional roller coaster, let me tell you this. So, wee man's in the house, COVID, trying to keep my distance away from all week because I'm meant to be flying out the next again Monday. He's like, Dad, come here, trying to hug me. I was like, get away, you wee bastard. Then, so I was like, negative. Then on the Friday, I got a positive lateral flow. I was like, fuck. I was like Begbie in Train Spot. You know that scene where he's kicking the shit out of everyone? I was like that in the house. I was like, bins are getting it.
What a fucking buffy, right?
Everything's getting kicked. And then I'm like, texting the boys going, I'm out, boy. Look at this. Picture the lateral flow test. I'm out. I'm done. Then on the Saturday, negative. Text again, negative. Then I'm watching the Man United game. De Gea, fucking, he had the same thing, a false positive. I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. So it was like Celtic and Rangers league titles. 9 in a row lateral flow test. I thought, oh yeah, I could be in here. I thought, right, we go for a...
You shouldn't have took a 10th one, mate. It doesn't work out well for you.
So I go, right, okay, have to go for a PCR to get fit to fly. So I'm like, right, boys, I'm back in here. I'm going to go for this PCR and we'll be away to Barbados. PCR comes back positive. Fucking, again, down the trench. Then someone says to me, you shouldn't have a PCR 90 days after testing positive for COVID because it still shows up. So I'm like, all right, okay. I thought, fuck it, I'll go to the airport. We'll do a lateral flow at the airport, see what happens. Negative. And I'm off to Barbados. Oh, there's a video, which I could put the video up on our Patreon channel of me getting the test results revealed live at Edinburgh Airport as I'm waiting for them coming in. There was a small child, I felt terrible. I'm sitting in Starbucks and there's a small child next to me. I'm fucking getting up, you fucking dancer! I'm going to fucking Barbados! The small children in the family next to me.
I don't blame you, mate. I do not blame you.
Oh, John, man.
I got there and then it was fantastic.
You're some storyteller. You doing any live shows?
Maybe we'll wait and see about
Oh, John, man,
I want a ticket.
John, you should watch my STV Real Heroes match.
I'll get all the tips to Stephen. Right, we'll get into the football. I want to talk about this. Club 1872 versus Rangers. So on Monday, this all kicked off. Club 1872 put out a statement criticising the Rangers executive team, particularly over the My Jers scheme, investment in cryptocurrency, and the friendly, of course, against Celtic in Australia. They said, and I quote, the experience of Club 1872 directors is that Rangers executive team, led by Stuart Robertson, James Bisgrove and David Graham, has developed an extremely unhealthy disdain for the Rangers support. Cue Rangers releasing a statement. It is deeply regrettable that the same small rump of supporters remain intent on causing damage to our club. It is particularly concerning to note the timing they have chosen to launch their latest attack. It is lost on nobody that those intent on creating maximum disruption are those who have either enjoyed or craved a role within our club. The collective desire of our board, management and players is to have unity of purpose over the coming months. Rest assured, we will address the disruptors and their propaganda war at the end of the season. For now, nothing matters but results on the field. Then, further to this, developments today is Dave King's waded in and offered to pay $3 million to cancel the friendly. He said, there's the $3 million, guys. I can cancel the friendly rather than play it. What an epic tale this has been. Stephen and Gradle, where are you on it?
Well, for me, Bob, I don't know about you, but this is all just porn for the likes of folk like Tool, innit?
Of course it
is.
It is.
And I'm not on Andy's side. I don't want to hear any.
It's an unwanted sideshow in a very fucking tense season, which we really don't need, man. We don't need it. And I know Club 1872 have got their agenda. The board for me they've lost a bit of transparency with the fans, or a wee bit. They're not on the same page as supporters, but I don't think you need this tit for tat, and you don't fucking wash or dirty laundry in public or whatever it's called, right? You don't do that. And there's Dave King knows what he's doing. He's very clever. He knows exactly.
The Rangers aren't going to take the money.
They're not going to take the money. But Dave King's trying to get the board snookered behind the fucking black ball there. He knows exactly what he's doing, right? He knows what he's doing because he's saying, right, here's the money to don't play the friendly, right? Your views on the friendly, right? If it differs, I know different Rangers fans. Some Rangers fans don't care about it. Some Rangers fans see what that statement was embarrassing for Rangers, but see what it says in the statement. The bit I do agree with. All that matters is results, right? And see the way Rangers are, and the way the club is going forward. I think we seen a thing on Twitter we were talking about Grado, and it's right. It is a business, right? We need Rangers. It's no secret. We need money coming in.
Yeah.
But what we don't need when we're trying to vie for a title, where there is riches at the end of it, is a sideshow like this. It's fucking embarrassing.
Were you quite disappointed that Rangers actually responded to Club 1872? Do you think that should just been a case of we'll just leave it? Do you think that was right?
Again, John, it's another notch on how out of touch the club is with the fans now, because they're quick to reply to a statement they're quick to reply 1872 when the fucking the life of the club has been the supporters, especially in the last 10 years, and there's no fucking outpouring for the board to the outpouring for the fans this friendly. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, like I say, it's tit for tat. 1872, Club 1872 have got their own agenda. I've heard various whispers of what's going on behind the scenes with Club 1872, which I don't like. I don't like the way the things are getting handled by the board now. But I think everybody just needs to shut up and concentrate on the football, because there's no denying all this unsettled, fucking disruptive vibe that's going on now. That'll eventually bleed into the team, and that's the last thing we fucking need to know.
Yeah. See the wording in the statement. It's quite inflammatory, man.
Yeah, I was in a rush.
You can't
I was in a rush. I was in a rush, man. I didn't have time to write it.
You should have pulled over on the M8, you cunt. No, but you see, they've called a section of support a rump. Now, to my knowledge, a rump's an arse.
Or a bit of steak.
Steak.
Aye,
I think it's aimed at 1870. It's aimed at Club 1872. It is. I mean, it's just tit for tat is what I keep saying, and it is embarrassing. It's a sideshow. We've seen a sideshow at the other side of the city last season with Celtic. We loved it. Grado's right. It's just porn for everybody else in Scottish football, especially Celtic supporters.
You're right. By the way, yous are about, I'd say maybe 2 more statements are flinging sharks at the front door.
I mean, it obviously came off the back as well. What do you make of what happened up at Dundee as well, boys? Like with all what happened, you saw obviously McGregor calling them fucking arseholes.
It was farcical, man. It was farcical.
I mean,
it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, when that happened with us, I was thoroughly embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I cannot. All right. The first half, what happened, but coming out the second half when we're 1-0 down and we're trying to get a bit of rhythm going, and then the game gets stalled again. It's like we get it, but then again, I suppose if you're going to protest, you go to do it at the times where it's going to make a difference, or it's going to make as much noise. However, the most important thing on Sunday was to win the game.
Aye, and you could argue, right, a lot of, but for somebody else, see if there's a fan who was involved in that at the weekend, right, he was on this show now, right, his argument to us, Grado, would probably be, well, a portion of the blame of that has to lie at the board again, because they're so out of touch with the supporters. There was not one thing getting said about this friendly coming up. There was not one thing. It was just, here it is, there it is, and see if the supporters did shut up. That's what they would have done. They just went ahead with it, right? But the supporters, I don't know, that I'm just like, the importance of 3 points, and you see we start the game really poor, and you keep throwing the toilet rolls on, you keep throwing the tennis balls on, like you say, you're trying to get a bit of rhythm, a bit of momentum, get back in the game. Stop doing that, man. Do you know what I mean?
It's like Mark McGee said, it played right into their hands.
It did. Aye.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what it continues. I mean, what do you think the chances are of this Australian friendly going ahead now? Because it seems less and less likely.
Contracts are signed, John.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't have announced it if they're not signed.
The thing is, I heard stuff that Celtic and Rangers had both agreed to release a statement at the same time, and what way they were going to word it. And Celtic done it like the day before, but the problem is, Rangers should be more streetwise to stuff like that, because it happened to them the week before with the likes of what was this year, the week before? The tickets, the ticket allocation. Rangers put out a statement after apparently talking to Celtic about what they were going to do with the ticket allocation. They'd agreed on it. Rangers put out they'll get so many tickets, and then Celtic the next day put out the statement saying, no, we'll decide how many fucking tickets we take or how many tickets we sell. And that was the week before the friendly stuff. So they've been stung twice.
Yeah.
It's bad business management.
Yeah, well, was it
I
like...
love it, personally. It's fantastic.
There's a surprise.
And they've not got me and Bob in for the Legends game. So, I mean, for me, they can...
Yeah, that is disappointing.
What?
Jordan's there, but...
Who?
Jordan. That's showbiz.
No, you're bamming me up.
Wait, you need to start answering your phone and fucking looking at voice notes. Me and we got a voice note in your other day for work.
What did they say?
He's fucking playing on it because he knows that Amanda bird that works backstage and Ellis said, Amanda that works. I can't keep it going. He's no. Like,
I can't believe that you've been subbed for this Legends game. That's very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Do you honestly think these are getting brought in for a game where the other teams get fucking Figo and all that in it?
Mate, we played in a game with our team with fucking Alberts and Michael Moles.
Alright, that's the same. Right, anyway, moving on.
Let's move on. It's international week, so it's a bit quiet in terms of stories. But obviously, Scotland, 2 friendlies. We should have been playing Ukraine for the World Cup playoffs, but obviously, bigger things take over from that. So we're playing Poland tonight, and then we're either playing Austria or Wales next week. A lot of different players been brought into the squad. Craig Halkett's been drafted in, Ross Stewart from Sunderland, Inverness Drogba. In fact, it's the Loch Ness Drogba they call him, isn't it?
The Loch Ness Drogba.
Yeah, the Loch Ness Drogba, Ross Stewart. And Aaron Hickey, which is a surprise. Obviously, there was a bit of furore a couple of weeks ago when he said he wouldn't turn up for the under-21s and then now turn up for the full squad.
Say that word again. A what?
A furore.
It's actually Furore, John.
Is it Furore? Sorry,
I was going to
say that. It's Furore.
I should have come to Grado.
It's
It's Italian. I should have known that. Furore. Sorry, Grado.
I say meet a ball. Good work there, John, bringing an Italian word in, talking about Bologna left back Aaron Hickey.
That's
why you get paid the big
That's
bucks.
why the best segues I've seen in a while, man.
Andy Robertson is not going to be captain. He's out with COVID. Who do you think should captain the side?
Kieran Tierney.
Tierney.
Aye.
Probably Tierney.
He's not, but then he's not Arsenal captain. I know he's kind of vice captain. He takes the armband off. But then you've got Callum McGregor, Celtic captain.
But Andy Robertson's not the Liverpool captain.
Well, that's true. That's true. What about Craig Gordon?
I don't think Craig Gordon will play in these games. I think he'll play. Xander Clark's in the squad, isn't he?
He just got called in. I
think he might see some time and stuff like that. He'll probably use these couple of friendlies to break in players that maybe haven't featured in the more important games.
Is Callum McGregor in the squad?
Yeah, Callum McGregor's in the squad.
He'll probably be the captain.
Yeah, you would think. But we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, it's 2 friendlies. Don't know if we're going to play Austria or Wales. I'll be interested to see, who wins that game.
Wait a minute. Is John McGinn in the squad?
Yeah, John McGinn's in the squad as well.
He'll be the captain.
I'll be him.
So, it's either going to be Kieran Tierney, Callum McGregor or John McGinn. We don't know.
Pure sport, man. 2 guys that don't really watch Scotland, man. 2 Rangers fans. The Tartan Army would love this, man. They'd love this. Me and you going, is Callum McGregor play? He'll be the captain. Aye, Grado. It'll be him. Is John McGinn in the squad? No, it will be him. It'll be him.
John, is Grant Hanley in the squad?
Grant Hanley is in the squad.
I'll probably be him.
We will wait and see. But I'll be interested to see the result, obviously, of Austria-Wales. We're recording this on a Thursday afternoon. The game's tonight, because that will decide ultimately who Scotland will go on and play. Hopefully in the playoff. We'll wait and see what happens with the Ukraine. Penciled it in for June, but
I really want us to get Wales.
There's no chance we're going to play Ukraine in June.
No, I don't think so,
man.
I don't think.
Do you know something? It would be the most Scottish thing ever. It really would be the most Scottish thing ever. One game after the World Cup and fucking World War III breaks out and we can't. You know what I mean?
Need a piss. I'm busting. Sorry, boys. I can't hold this in anymore.
So that's Scotland. We'll wait and see what happens there. And now for the daft this week, gentlemen. Would you like to hear about the lad who sent a brutal text to a girl he just dated? Would you like to hear about the woman The woman who got hospitalised for holding in a pump, or do you want to hear about the worst place in the country for road rage?
Holding a pump.
Hod in a pump. Yeah, we're going for hod.
Let's go for a hod.
Going. Hod in a pump. So, a singer in Brazil says she was hospitalised with trapped gas because she is not yet on farting terms with her boyfriend. Vivian de Cora Piera, known by her stage name as Poca, shared her gas problem on Instagram. The 27-year-old posted images of herself in hospital to 15.7 million followers, saying, "I woke up at 5:30am with severe stomach pains and ended up in hospital." She said, "When do you get on farting terms?"
Listen, my ex-girlfriend I went out with for 13 years and I heard her fart once. I think it's fucked up that people that don't fart.
So,
Or they hold it in. Do you not agree?
Like my dad always says, wherever you may be, let your wind roam free.
Exactly.
So when in the relationship, let's put a time frame on this.
I'd rather get it out the road the first day, man.
First date, you're
Yeah,
wow.
Because to me, come on, farts are funny. And usually, if the last thing you're going with,
it's a situation, Grado. You can't like. I remember hearing a story about a guy that was with a lassie and he tried to hold a fart in, and she went to the petrol station to fill her car up, right? And she's filled up the car and she's went into the petrol station to pay for the petrol, and he's let one go, right? But he's let one go in the motor,
Right.
and she's get back in a green cloud is in the car. Do you know what I mean? And that's just, he says that there was never anything else after that. So it's a situation you're in. If you're outside and you let a wee trumpet, fair dues, that's funny. If you're maybe trying to slip the horn on the couch and you drop one, then that's a different vibe.
and you can't hear it in this because there's no comedy if you don't hear it. Like even if you fart and it makes the noise, there's a wee kind of hee. But if it just, as you say, to, if it just fucking starts, what the fuck was that? What is that?
I'll tell a story, right? That the person's going to remain nameless, right?
Oh, come on.
No.
It's Nicola, mate.
No, it's not Nicola, mate, right? He was way. This guy was way this lassie, right? They just started going out, right? No long. They get back to her flat.
You feel to say shagging, man?
They started to have intercourse.
Adult dancing.
Yes, right. She's went on top. She's then.
Oh, I hate these
But
things.
they've finished. He's got to do a pee. He's not wiped his bum right well. She's been on top. There's skid marks all over the.
Aye, man.
Skiddies on the covers.
She's there, man, and he comes back for the toilet, and he's like, "I'll just go."
She's like, I take your covers with you dirty bastard, you.
Would it be worse if it was the other way about? How would you feel about that?
I would laugh at something like that, to be honest.
Would you?
Aye.
I mean, I had a mate that had to end terms with somebody right away because she went into the toilet, done a shit, and then she had to get her bags and go to the airport. And when he went into the toilet, it was still there and it was massive. And he always said, "Never go with a bird that does a bigger shite than you."
I was on Instagram the other day, and somebody had posted a video, right? And it was about a lassie, and she's wearing like, she's on the phone. It's a voice note that she's left her mate. She's crying. She's like, "I've just went into the toilet, into his toilet to do a poo, and it wouldn't flush away. So I've picked it out of the toilet and put it into the cat litter tray." Right, so the boyfriends come in and went like that. Did you do a shite in the litter tray? And she went, "No, it must have been your cat." He says, "My cat's been dead for 2 weeks." She's at the end of the voice note. She says, "Can you please just come and get me?"
Well, I didn't expect that conversation to take that direction, but obviously it's Football Daft and that's the way we normally go. That's your daft story for this week. If you've got any, no, I'm not even going to say if you've got any stories of shite. We've
already done that.
We've already done that.
Any stories of shitey sheets?
No. This week on Football Daft Focus, we are going to be getting behind the scenes of a football stadium as we're going to speak to stadium announcer Michael Smith from Rangers, who's going to come on, give us a wee bit of insight into how it all works behind the scene on match day. On the big question, we're going to look for examples of one-man teams. We've got the player profile playoff on the way to win pies. Grado has 3 riddles. And on two, right, okay. And on teammates, it's Victor himself, still game star, Greg Hemphill.
This week we're sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN, that's a bit like using your smartphone without a protective case, because most of the time you'll be fine, but all it takes is one accidental drop onto solid concrete to make you wish you had protected it yourself. ExpressVPN, you need to use it because every time you connect to an encrypted network in hotels, cafes, airports, the data that you put into your computer, your phone, that's not secured. Any hacker that's on the same network, well, they can get access and steal your personal data like your passwords and your financial details. It doesn't take much technical knowledge for somebody to hack somebody. It just takes some cheap hardware. A 12-year-old could basically do it. And your data, you might not think, oh, it's just me, I'm just Joe Blogs, but it is valuable. The hackers can make up to £1,000 per person selling all your wee bits and bobs on the dark web. So you need to use ExpressVPN because it creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and internet. The hackers, they can't see any of your sensitive data, and it would take a hacker with a mega supercomputer, and apparently it would take over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. All you need is fire up the app, click one button, and that gets you connected, and it works on phones, laptops, tablets, the full lot. You can stay secure on the go. I use ExpressVPN because I feel safe, and I know that all my data is going to be kept intact. There's no hackers selling it to the dark web. I can use it to get onto different channels on Netflix, different countries. I just like to feel safe, so you should do the same. Secure your online data today. Visit expressvpn.com/daft. That's expressvpn.com/daft, and you can get an extra 3 months free with the code DAFT. So it's expressvpn.com/daft. expressvpn.com/daft. Make sure that you are safe today on the internet with ExpressVPN.
It's now time for Football Daft Focus as we get into some of the big talking points in Scottish football. We just get into bits and bobs of Scottish football, and today we thought we'd have a wee look behind the scenes of what a stadium announcer does. And I'm going to invite my big pal on. He's the Ibrox Stadium announcer. It's Michael Smith, everyone.
Welcome, mate. Welcome.
And goes Alan McGregor!
Morelos!
Michael,
brilliant. Thanks for having me on.
I want to ask you straight away, so you go into Ibrox, what time do you go in? What does your day entail? How does it all come together?
Right, 2 hours normally before kick-off. I really only need to be in there for when the gates open, which is normally about an hour and a half before kick-off. But I like to be in a couple of hours before. There'll be running orders. Some games are busier than others, with Armed Forces Day and different events that we do. So I like just to go in and prep myself proper, know what's happening, know what I'm saying, and just go through the running order for the game. So I like to allow a bit of time to do that, and then obviously sort out a playlist. Of course, we've got the songs that we love to play, and you can hear quite a lot at most games. And then there's new wee additions that'll play some new songs just to let the fans hear some new music as well of different artists. So, but normally prior to kick-off, 15-20 minutes before kick-off, it's all the big anthems that they all know and love,
Michael, that's brilliant. How long have you been doing the job? I'm trying to think how long you've been there.
This is my 5th season.
Is it the 5th season?
Aye.
I thought you were there longer than that.
So yeah, I think I came in, which would it have been Murty then? I think it was maybe there were Pedro Cucina.
It was a transitional period, Michael.
It was a transitional period, absolutely. Aye. So there was a couple of different gaffers, and then obviously, I think a couple of seasons of that, and then Gerard coming in, which was brilliant. It was different class.
And then we just started playing. I'm feeling it all the time.
Grado, aye, 5th season.
5th season.
I think the question that's on everybody's lips is, who would win in a fight, you or Tony Hamilton?
By the way, it's got to be me, innit?
Michael
I
was a
don't know.
Also, next question: who's Tony Hamlin?
I mean, Michael, you're obviously, as well as being a stadium announcer, you're a DJ extraordinaire. You cover the GBX when George isn't there from time to time. You're out doing stuff. Were you the one that kind of brought Feeling It and all the kind of dance tunes into Ibrox?
Yes, I would say so. I'm feeling it. Definitely. We played Celtic at the start of this season.
It was class, mate. That was one of the best moments of the season.
My
After
God.
when the final whistle went in that stadium and that was playing,
It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to take full credit for it, right? Because we've been playing Live It Up as well. And Alan, one of the IT guys I work with in the booth there, in control of the big screens and everything else, and the booth that I'm in. So I'd said, what do you think I should play at full time? And Alan says, I'm feeling it. And I thought, brilliant. Because I was thinking of going with Live It Up. And then I just thought, no way, definitely, I'm feeling it. And it's been an anthem ever since. It's been absolutely brilliant. So we introduced that. The Sunset Brothers that did the track are just blown away. Just seeing 50,000 people dancing to their tune. It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. It's a song I like to keep for the big games, the big nights in Europe, when we've won them and things. You know, I don't want to play it after, you know, no disrespect, beating a Motherwell or something or whatever. You know, we want to keep it for the big games.
Aye.
Well, Michael, I know what you mean by that, because I remember that 10 years ago they started playing Penny Arcade, and as you say, the arse can be ripped right out it, and then it loses its magic. And it's probably the same with you two at Celtic Park. There's probably songs where you like to keep until, you know.
Aye, we'll talk about that all the time.
Anyway, Michael, what I was going to ask you is, Michael, I've always wanted to ask this. But see, what I want to know is, right, they commit to simply the best. How do you know when to play it? Is there somebody going, and play? And you just go, play. That's him, and play. How does it work?
Well, trade secret, I've got a camera.
Right.
That tells you when the players are ready to walk. So I get told, well, I've got a camera that just when you see the ref and his officials start walking, that's when you hit the music, and then normally just as it booms in, the players are just coming out the tunnel. 9 times out of 10 I get it right. Sometimes the timing's not perfect, but
well, there's no going back, is there?
No, that's it. You can't stop and rewind it. One time I played it and the channel wasn't actually turned on. The players are coming out the tunnel and there's nothing playing. I was like, oh shit. I quickly sorted it and got it fixed. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody noticed it, but
that's what I want to ask you about, Michael. What's your biggest cock up while you've been doing it?
Oh, I think it's probably mispronouncing a name. I think for FK Scoopy. I think it was.
Oh.
And by the way, the guy's name wasn't that hard, to be honest, right? I made it sound more foreign than what the name was. Right? And I've said this day, honestly, I can't even remember what it was. And somebody beside me in the booth just burst out laughing. So I thought I'd get the microphone down in time, and I've burst out laughing as well. And then all I could hear is 50,000 folk laughing back at me. Honestly, that was a massive, massive cock up. But I think the majority of them found it funny, you know what I mean? But it was a bit embarrassing though.
You practice the names before, so you'll look at the team. Obviously, in Europe, it's a bit harder in Europe than it is in the Premier League. But do you get the teams and you just sit and practice to yourself, going, right, that one?
Well, prior to, you know, a week or two before it, I'll check the squad of who we're playing and just try and get through their names myself, and even go into like Google Translate or like use YouTube or whatever, because sometimes they throw up pronunciations, or if it is a really obscure player's name, sometimes even on forums and things, there's people asked previously, how do you pronounce them? So I'll do a wee bit of homework there. And then normally there's a translator that comes to the games with the teams as well for all the press and things like that. So I'll try and grab 10 minutes of their time and grab them into the PA booth and just get through the names with them. And normally the names that they've told me, I get totally wrong anyway when it comes to actually saying them, because you're all hyped up, you know what I mean? But the translator's a massive help, it really is. In fact, there's been once or twice when I've looked at the names and I've just went, nah, no chance. So I get the translator to do it for me, you know, which
just call him number 4.
I think previously announcers just used to get the translator to do the away teams, but I like giving it a go because during the game you're going to have to do the subs anyway, so it's quite good to learn different names as well, but some of them are mental.
Have Rangers ever considered getting a translator in for Alec Ray on Rangers TV?
Yes.
Anyway, I think I need one myself sometimes.
I've got a wee bit, right? I want to lay down a challenge here, right? Can we think of a word, right, that we can get Michael maybe squeeze in across the PA? Chris, you're banned from this because I know the words you'll come up with, right? But is there a word that we can think, like next home game, you can squeeze in this word? Just so people listen to the podcast right now, they're in the know, we're all in the know. Is there a word we could think, Michael, to maybe...
You know what the next home game is, John, don't you?
What's that?
You know what the next home game is, don't you?
Well, right enough, it's over, right enough. Well, maybe we to the game
if Rangers win the next game, right, you've got to say at the end of it, let's have a minute silence for Kev the Chef.
Right, Kev the Chef is a guy that listens. Kev the Chef is a guy that listens to this show. He's a mega Celtic fan.
Yeah.
He's
gone through a tough time personally, I think, but so a minute silence for Kev the Chef might not be a good thing to say.
Alright, okay.
Right. We'll maybe not do that one then.
Getting Michael pure in trouble, man.
Depending obviously what the word is and
Credo.
derogatory in any way, then I'd be up for that. Aye, so
right,
you can think of something other than get it right up you. That's a few words.
Right, there you go. So go on, Stephen, you think of something. Go on. George, River City.
I think if we win, I think just before you play, I'm feeling it, just say this one's for Chris Toll, man.
Right, okay, I'm down with that, right, but if you lose, you've got to play Roll With It by Oasis and say this one's for Chris Toll.
We'll wait to see if that happens.
We'll see if that happens.
It'll be a good last gig. If there's something that I can get in at half time doing the shout outs or something like that, you know what I mean? I'd be game for that. Definitely.
Well, I tell you what, we've got a weekend between the
Aye, have a think about it. We'll have a think.
Message in your tweet us in at Football Daft Pod.
Oh my God, I'm going to get absolutely roasted here, man.
Something you want to get Michael to get in at half time during the and we'll see if we can make that happen. So tweet us out at Football Daft Pod. We'll see if we get a word over to Michael and squeeze it in at half time. Michael, listen, thank you so much for coming on. You're some man, absolute gent as
listen, not a problem. Anytime, it's good to see you all.
Big fan of your work.
I know. It just feels like I'm at Ibrox in it.
Number one, Stephen Purden.
Davey.
Number three, John McInally. Chris Toll gets him. I'm only joking, mate. I'm only joking.
Michael, thank
sometimes words hurt, mate. Sometimes words hurt.
Listen, brilliant. Cheers, Michael. Thanks for coming
Thanks,
on.
mate.
That was brilliant, mate. Thank you.
Pleasure, guys. See you again soon, all right? Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, mate. Bye-bye.
Football Daft's big question.
So after Barcelona pumped Real Madrid at the weekend, Grado actually watched it. The blame kind of went on the fact that Benzema was missing. And everyone's sort of saying, are Real Madrid a one-man team? So we thought we'd ask this question. What is the biggest one-man team you've ever seen?
That's easy for me.
I was thinking about this. Oh, I don't know. You could maybe help us here, too. Back in the day, right, I used to think Fiorentina were a one-man team because of Batty.
Aye.
Yeah.
Did they actually win anything?
They never won anything, but remember you had Rui Costa as well, and you had some other right good players in that Fiorentina side.
Didn't he? After Fiorentina,
Batistuta, when he went to Roma, they had Roma and Totti.
Totti. That's when they won.
Montella.
Yeah, that's when they won stuff.
Were they a one-man team there, but he was at Fiorentina?
Rui Costa.
Who else? You could say the same about Modric with Real.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See watching that game the other night. Right, see watching Real against PSG, right? Because I've always loved Real, right? Because that was some game against PSG. PSG shot the bed. Benzema struck right. But see, Real only for a fucking transitional period themselves, man. They'll get Modric isn't going to be able to keep going. Toni Kroos isn't going to be able to keep going. Ramos is away now.
In fact, you're right. You've just mentioned that there. Real Madrid are absolutely no way that they're a one-man team.
No, they're not a one-man team.
You've got Kroos, you've got Vinicius, you've got Modric.
You know who's some player who's one of the most underrated players on the planet? Casemiro.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
Casemiro, mate.
What
I
a
love
fucking
Casemiro.
player.
He's a great player.
Good Jen Grado.
I like him that signed for Arsenal. Oh, he plays for Barcelona, didn't he?
Aye.
Aubameyang.
Aye, I like him.
He's
Chris
a
Morgan's
prick.
always tweeting him.
I hate him. Hate
He's,
him.
do you know, he's a mercenary, that guy.
Aye, he's
He
everything
really
that's
is.
wrong with modern day football,
Aye,
man.
man, he's a
He's-
fucking Arsenal. I was looking on.
Leo, shut the door.
Is there
Would
any
you-
other examples you can think of?
Really?
One-man teams, I would say.
Steven Gerrard with Liverpool for a long time.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Think about it, man.
Alonso was what a player Alonso was alongside him.
Aye, but do you know,
How many years was Alonso
Torres up
there?
front, too. Torres up front.
I know, but remember when Alonso and Torres left Liverpool, they had fucking.
Joe Allen.
I'll
they
tell
were, they
you,
were terrible,
a
man.
fucking classic example of a one-man team. Gretna when Kenny Duker was there.
By the way, that's an absolute shout.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grady, James Grady. They had David Bingham, I believe, played for Gretna.
Stop shiting on my parade here, John.
Sorry.
Doctor.
What about one for you? Here's one for you. Matt Letizia, Southampton.
Aye, that's a good
Aye,
one.
that's a good one. That's a good shout. That's a
That
good
is that is a great shout, actually. QPR, Les Ferdinand.
Let's Ferdinand, well,
Newcastle with Andy Cole at the
you
time.
can't.
Yeah, Keith. Oh, yeah, it's Keith.
Oh, because they had Beardsley as well, didn't they?
Aye,
Beardsley.
aye.
I can't think. Do you
It's
know, you're
hard.
probably better. Do you know who's a one-man team? And they were for years. Wales with Gareth Bale.
Yes.
He actually
Yeah,
took them
yeah.
to tournaments.
What about this? He does my fucking nothing, right? Never fit to play for, never fucking fit to play for Real. Never fit. And then just there, there's a training session, he's fucking good to go. Yeah.
Right.
You see what I was saying a minute ago, too, about mercenaries and football and that. See Gareth Bale. Can't stand the cunt. Can't stand him, man.
Is this a stupid one and don't laugh at me, right? Barthez at Monaco, no?
Artes at Monaco.
No, because Dado Purcell was there and all, mate.
Aye. Purcell. In
I'm
fact,
just trying to think of goalies. You can,
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Uh,
aye.
when there's been like he's a fucking right good goalie.
The
do you
goalkeeper,
know what?
the
This is-
goalkeepers union has spoken again.
because we're all sitting here thinking about this. This is not flowing the way it should do. So, would you reckon? Should we get into it with the?
Aye, I called it with Buffon in fucking Monaco, man.
What?
Barthez.
Oh, by the way, Buffon and
I was going to say
Barcelona
Buffon.
and Juve when they were down in the third division. There you go. There's a good one.
Alright.
There you go.
Right, anyway,
Let's go to what see the listeners are saying.
John says Paul McStay, early 90s for Celtic. I would agree with that to an extent.
Right, okay, was there any other players? Wayne Biggins?
Well, early 90s, we still had Roy Aitken at the time. Roy Aitken was good, but other than that, I can't really remember anybody.
Tony
much that-
Cascarino?
Tony Cascarino. Fuck's sake.
Peter's got in touch. He says Scott Tiffany carried Thistle to the League One title last year, notably tearing Falkirk apart at Firhill, and our collapse this season has coincided with his injury.
Ah, there you are.
Are
It's
you
what makes you think.
there, John? Minute?
Ah, he is a good player, Scott Tiffany. I'll give you that.
Are you
Give you
saying
that.
that, Gredo?
But you could say Shankland the air a couple of seasons ago.
Aye, you probably could.
Shout.
Aye, great shout. Great shout.
Andrew,
I'm not sure if somebody's made a point of this, but maybe see for the start of the season, Tony Watt at Motherwell. Because if he's left, they've
Yeah,
died in their arse, haven't they?
that's very
They're,
good.
they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well.
Not won a game since last December.
There you go. So,
Andrew says Kenny Drucker Gretna.
There you go. One for the.
Says-
Nico says Francesco Totti's got to be a shout.
Where? That is, we were just saying that a minute ago. He's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, but
Totti.
that because the only but like we were going back to the Batistuta thing, the only time that Roma won something was when Batistuta was playing upside Totti, wasn't it? That's the season that they won.
that's the one they
title.
won the Scudetto, didn't they? that year?
Yeah.
That's right. Regan says Morelos for the season before Gerrard came in at Rangers.
Maybe. Aye, maybe.
What was the season? Who would that been? What, with Pedro and Graham Murray and that?
I think he didn't really. He never really.
He was hot and cold.
He was probably the only one that get your
Your
fucking
pass marks.
got you off
Just
your,
one.
got you off your seat, man. Do you know what I mean?
Windass, no?
Hmm?
Windass in that season, no. Fucking hell, Ian Andrew Dice Clay listens to this podcast.
It does as read.
Oh my God. Is it me to read it out, by the way?
As
Andy Johnson for Palace in 04-05, 22 goals and 37 appearances in a relegation campaign surrounded by abject shite. Ian Dowie is the manager and that floppy-haired cunt from TalkSport is the owner. I love that.
That's a good one as well, because that reminded me of Kevin Phillips at Sunderland, remember?
Aye.
He won the European Golden Boot and Sunderland finished fucking 18th in the league or something.
I think it had a lot to do with Al Quinn up front with him, though, when it was the two of them up
Scotland
front.
lads.
Dynamite together. They were dynamite together.
Colin says Messi in the 2014 World Cup.
Ricky says me at Westfield Boys Club. Got you, Ricky boy.
Well, if you're going to say that, can you know, say, would you cry him that's the Liverpool player that's Egypt?
Salah.
Aye.
Turn that up, you.
They've got some Liverpool are fucking.
Liverpool are buried. Right,
No, I mean for Egypt.
Oh, for
Aye,
Egypt.
for
All right,
Egypt,
for Egypt.
aye,
Right.
aye.
Okay. Aye,
Aye, for getting to the final of the AFCON.
Yeah. Good shout.
That's a good shout, Grado, good shout, mate.
Right, Ricky say, no, Ali says Carlos Cuellar, Rangers 2008.
I don't know if I agree with that, man.
I don't agree with the next
It was
one.
class.
It was
but
class,
I went
man.
some team.
Yeah, I would probably say he was my player of the year, but I don't know about. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with this next one either. Craig says Maradona in the 1990 World Cup. Nah, man, I'm not having that. You had Caniggia, you had Maradona, you had
86 then, maybe 86.
86. They won the tournament.
Yeah, so 86. Maybe that's what Craig meant.
I think Craig's been on the pipe, man. Argentina have always had a great squad. But maybe not quite as good right now, but like going back, you know what I mean. That the Argentina squads were tremendous.
Aye, they were.
What I think he's thinking is they never really had a star other than Maradona, but the players running about him were all right, good players. Do you know what I mean?
I bet you if you said it to obviously, if you said it to somebody in that, a player like Maradona, like Salah, the first thing they'd say, I can't do what I do without fucking so-and-so there. Without this and without that, do you know what I mean?
Aye, Maradona could never have done it without Niall Quinn. Anyway.
Wait. Peter says Marvin Comper at Celtic, saw it at the back, way back, so far back, he was sat in the house watching.
Mado, you want to take this one
Aye,
after last week, bro?
Oh, I met Andy says Jet from. I met her. Andy says Jet from Gladiators. Me and my dad never missed an episode.
There you go. Jet, Grady, you met Jet. Tell us about me.
By the way, I tried to get you a video, man, but
I
I was
asked
getting
you to get a
nervous.
video. I mean, Jet from Gladiators. Wow.
Aye,
She's
fucking
still
Hunter was there. Fucking couldn't get rid of him, man. He was a cop block.
Grado, you need to tell a Robocop story.
What was that?
Yes, you've got to tell the Robocop.
Oh,
So
man.
let's just set the scene here, because Grado was up at a Comic Con in Aberdeen. All these big names from the worlds of comics and stuff. We had the guy for the fight for the Navigators. Warwick Davis was there, was he, Grado?
Oh, he had COVID. He had COVID.
Harry
That
Potter.
guy. I'm laying a challenge out to Warwick Davis right now. If you listen to Football Daft, Warwick, the next ICW Cash for Kids match, me versus you, wee man. That's right, I called you wee man.
Ron Weasley's dad was there. He was a big sell.
He was a bit,
the biggest sell of them all, Grado, was it not just Robocop?
So you see the guy that done that, the Harry Potter guy? One of my nieces, she loves Harry Potter, and I says, any chance you can do a wee video for Olivia kind of thing? And he's like, and he was like, yeah, it's no problem. And he went, hi Olivia, thanks for watching Harry Potter. That's what he's done. Hi, I was like, cool mate, thanks.
I don't think like that, Tim. Listen, going to do that thing that you do in the fast show. This week, I have been mostly eating bun biscuits.
But tell us about Robocop.
What's his name again? Peter Greenway or something? What's his name? Peter?
Ah, fuck knows.
Peter Weller. Peter Weller.
Robocop, Peter Weller.
Aye, Robocop. He was a crab at old shite. He was, Ken, because obviously they're sitting down. He was the busiest guy there. Apart from still game, they were queued right out. But he's obviously signing away and stuff like that. And obviously you need to pay to get a selfie or an autograph. But folk that don't want to pay it start taking photos for a far.
Aye.
And everybody got their own wee kind of minder, and he had a big ex-football player, brand new, what a lovely guy, a guy called Graham. He played with Falkirk, he played 2 games with Falkirk, John, and David Goodwillie took him out and ended his career.
Oh, really?
Aye, right, but what a guy, lovely guy. And he was his minder, and he kept getting on to him. He kept going, Graham, you got to deal with these people, Graham. And he was a big Aberdeen boy, and he was getting he was getting quite nasty with the guy. You're an idiot, Graham. Come on, get him. And he's throwing his pens and causing big scenes. This was a Saturday, and then on a Sunday, again, he said doing the same thing. He's writing, he's going, and somebody's taking photos, and he went, Graham, are you fucking stupid? You fucking stupid. That's this big Graham boy. He had enough of it. What you seen? What you seen? What you had, mate? And all the folk had their, you fucking sicking saying your name all day. And this year, come down. Why are you going to say your name?
You know, say he called him a stupid old bastard or something.
Aye, they had to get split apart. And so then the guy Graham, who's a lovely guy, he ended up being my minder, and he was telling me about him all day about how much an arsehole he was to folk. Like just being totally told him. He's going, what you say? What you going to do about it? What you going to do? Robocop, this big Aberdeen guy.
That pure sounds like Joyce telling me a fucking story in work, man.
Fredo, you said that he was a nice guy. You going to go to his house for a pint?
No, but I'm doing a charity football match for him.
It's a player profile playoff with piesports.com. They are delivering pies to your door throughout the year. They do 1 million pies a year. That's how many we eat at Scottish football, and they'll get them to your door. You get your scotch, you'll get steak and gravy, macaroni, you'll get the chili pies, you'll get the cheesy bean pies, you'll get the doner kebab pies, which is everyone's favourite, and you can do that right now. Hit them up, piesports.com, or give them a call, 0141 739 9999, 0141 739 9999. Tell them that Football Daft sent you. Every week on the show, we like to give away a bunch of pies to one of our listeners, and on this week to play for the pies, he is a Rangers supporter. It is Andy. How you doing, Andy?
Very well, lads. Good to be on.
Andy, boy, I'll tell you something. It's refreshing to have a Rangers fan on for once.
Andy's been trying to get on for weeks. We tried to get on for weeks, so we eventually got him on to play for the pies. Andy, you know how the game works. I'm going to read you out a description of a player. If you know the player, you buzz in. First to 2 wins. If you do buzz in and mess it up, though, the play hands over to the other player. I'm going to give you the choice. Who would you like to play? Would you like to play Chris Toll? Would you like to play Grado? Would you like to play Stephen Purden?
I don't really mind, to be honest. I don't really mind. I play along whenever I listen to the podcast, and I've never managed to beat Chris. I think once or twice I might have picked Grado or Stephen occasionally, very seldom, but I don't think I'll ever beat Chris. That said, I don't know if I want to play Chris for that very reason.
I think you need to know, mate, after saying that.
Yeah, I think
I don't know, it's annoyed me a wee bit that he thinks he can beat me. Or you, Bob?
I think I can. I didn't say I think I can.
He didn't say that, mate. He said he's only once or twice pipped us.
I think I can.
Oh, really? So he thinks it's easier to beat Toll? On you go, get Toll in, man.
Come on. Right, well, do you want to take, let's put you up against Chris. Let's make it an old firm, yeah?
Okay.
Right, okay, brilliant. Here we go then, right? So, boys, I'm going to need a buzzer from you. Andy, what's going to be yours?
1872.
And Chris, what will be yours?
1425.
Right, okay. I want to read it. Scotland in action this week. So I have picked out players from the Scottish Football Hall of Fame. Those are the players that have got 50 caps and above. So you've got to buzz in with your answer. You ready for the first one? Okay, here we go. With 72 caps for Scotland, this player made over 600 appearances for both Celtic and Motherwell, with a stint at Chelsea in the middle. He is the 6th most capped player for his country, playing at
1425, Tom Boyd.
As Tom Boyd 1-0, Chris Toll. And that was a little victory sip from Chris Toll, was he? Like,
that wasn't an angry sip, that was a victory sip.
Right, Andy.
See when me and Toll were arguing earlier, I had nothing even in my class, and I was going that
way. I noticed it, man. I noticed it.
Right, next player out. This player just sneaks into the Hall of Fame with 51 caps and scored 10 goals for his country after debuting in 2007. He started his career at Kilmarnock, where he played alongside
1425.
Chris Toll.
Chris Boyd.
No, it's not.
Oh, shit.
His career
It's
started
the other one.
at Kilmarnock, where he played alongside Chris Boyd in a potent strike force before moving to Rangers, Everton, Norwich, and then finishing his career at Hearts. He is now part of the coaching setup for
1872.
the international team. Andy.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stevie Naismith, 1-1.
Oh,
Were you going for Chris Boyd first as well, but
I was 100% was.
I never because of 2007 was a wee bit too later.
Yeah. Next one. Here we go.
Cider.
Hey, Grado, just a personal question. Would you go in before both Andy or Chris and any of them?
I think so. I'm no lying.
Right.
I would have went Boyd, same as Ato.
No, because it would have been 2007 is when he really came on. That's when he signed for Rangers and all that. So.
Right, here we go. Final one. This goalkeeper won 53 caps for his country, keeping 16 clean sheets with appearances at the 1978 and 1982 World Cups.
1425.
1872.
Chris.
I fucked it, but I'm going to go with Alan Ruff.
You've no fucked it. It's 2-1, mate.
Yes! Come on, ya boy. Right, but in the spirit of the game today, Andy, you can have those pies, my brother.
Thanks very much, Chris. I appreciate it. And I wasn't going to guess him anyway. I was going to guess Jim Leighton, so I've been wrong on all counts anyway. So I'll take with defeat.
Okay,
there
good.
we go.
Honest.
Dignified.
Aye, dignified. That's it. Aye, like that, mate.
That's it.
Fantastic. Well, listen, well played, Andy. Thank you very much for coming on. And remember, if you want to play for pies, it's dead easy. Look out for us on Twitter at Football Daft Pods.
It's now time for Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. Right, riddle time.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I had the riddles. Before you get into them, Grado, we've got some shock news here. Shock news. It's been a few weeks since we've been on this. You know Dino. He's had, I think it was 6 or 7 in a row. He was going for the 9. He was going for the 10. Well, there's been a shock. Dino couldn't get the last riddle.
He couldn't get it.
He couldn't
get it. Now,
that guy is like a riddle encyclopedia.
Couldn't. What was the last one?
See if you guys can remember this one. Botox guy died and went to the bad place, but still ended up on his feet. Botox guy died.
Philip Palander.
Philip Palander. Stephen Purden. Dino didn't get Philip Palander, which means Albert's legend nicked in and got a point for himself. He's been waiting for weeks to get in.
It's like Toe always says, man, when you go for the 10, it never ends well.
Well, there you go. So Albert's legend nicks in and gets another point for himself. So the current leaderboard: Ali McDonald 1, Pat the Pallet Prick 1, Declan Ramage 1, John Mitchell 1, who also got in touch and says he needs to stop leaving it until his Saturday night shift to do these. Ian Meeko's got 1, Jack's got 1, Albert's legend's on 2 now, Ryan Dunbar 2, producer Ryan 2, Nicola Purden still on 2, 8. Stephen's best friend and hero, so I should have said on 2. Dean's on 8, Stephen's on 18, I'm on 18, Chris is on 32, absolutely annihilating us. And let's go to this week's riddles with Grado.
Right, it's not just Scottish players.
Right.
Oh.
No Scottish players. I fucking ran out of Scottish players. Then left. First riddle. On his own meatballs. On his own meatballs.
Jack Campbell.
Nope.
Owen Campbell.
Nope.
I don't even know who that Owen Campbell.
On his own meatballs.
On his own meatballs.
I can't concentrate because of Grado's delivery, man. It's pure funny.
Alone.
On his own. You're Googling this, Toe?
Oh, mate, I'm copying a link for something, sorry. On his own meatballs is...
I'll tell you what it is.
On his own meatballs. On his own Jack Jones.
On his own meatballs.
Todd. On his own. On his Todd.
Todd Campbell.
No, it's somebody that's no Scottish but in it.
On his own meatballs. Who does meat? Swedish? Swedish meatballs, IKEA. No.
Meatballs.
Totally.
It's got to be Campbell. The surname's got to be Campbell. Is it?
So Campbell!
Well done, John.
Fuck.
I don't need John to get one now because I'm nearly catching him.
Right, second one. This one I just made up. It's the second name. I'm trying to be a wee bit kind of out there with this one, right? Shakira is making me feel like sex.
Shakira is making me feel like sex.
Shakira is making me feel like having sex.
Gerard Piqué. Because he's married to her. Shakira is making me feel like having sex. Shakira is making me...
Right, give me
Keep thinking of that with you, we're just thinking, Bob.
Sergio Busquets.
No, the Shakira shit.
All right.
Right, Gerard Piqué.
Shaqiri.
Oh, Zerdran Shaqiri.
No.
For fuck's sake, Shakira. Something horny. Make me feel like having sex. Is it something to do with horny? Randy. Oh, Randy.
He's staring you in the eyes, what Bob said.
Gerard Piqué.
No, Shakira.
Oh.
Whatever, hips don't lie. Waka, it's time for Zambia. Hey, hey.
Shakira is a
Singer.
And
Dancer.
And
Pop star.
And
Ride.
Woman.
Oh, is he Puerto Rican?
Colombian.
Who's she got with?
I just said that, Gerard Piqué.
I know. But what's that?
Arsa. Defender. Centre half.
Cracking hair. Hold on, mate.
What is she to Shakira? What is she to Piqué?
Wife. Missus.
And
Wife and
And
Just gonna say Handa.
Wife and
wife and
Best friend.
What is that? That is a
hero.
No, that is a. This is really annoying me.
Oh my god. Right, wait a minute.
Right, start again. Grado, say it again.
Shakira. Making me feel I want to have sex. What's Shakira?
Hey, shh.
Shakira.
Shakira.
What's Shakira to Piqué?
Wife.
Wag.
Anda! Right?
What?
Wag.
Martin Waghorn.
Aye, for
Yes.
Oh.
Martin Waghorn.
Aye, Waghorn.
No, but I said it was only his surname.
Right, okay, right. Okay. Final one, Grado.
Joey for Friends using Kleenex.
Fabiani Hanky.
Matt Letizia.
Oh, well done, Bob.
Oh, well played, Grado.
How did you get that, Bob?
I know.
He's Matt LeBlanc, innit? Joey for Friends.
Matt LeBlanc with
I just started thinking of Matt.
I've went straight for Fabiani like a pure map.
You went for Fabiani and I went for Matt.
Well played, Grado. Good riddles.
Well, guys, we all get one each there.
We did.
Well done, boys.
Like we're the three best friends.
Everyone could have.
Right, I've got a riddle for
like
the
a wolf pack.
Right, I've got a riddle for the punters.
Sorry, John. Sorry, on you go.
I've got a riddle for the punters for next week. Don't you lot jump in like you normally do. This has been sent in to us by P. McC on Twitter, and his riddle is this. He's my darling's apple. He's my darling's apple. Who's going to be first in with that one? Let us know. Get us on Twitter. Get us on YouTube. Hit us up. Let us know and we'll get you on that leaderboard next week. So this week at Football Daft, we welcome Harry's back. They are here to revamp your whole shaving routine, from close shaves and flake-free hair, all the way to clear healthy skin, Harry's helps guys feel good. They've got a new range of shower gel, which you're going to get with a trial set, which we've got on offer for you this week. Boys, you've had your trial sets through from Harry's, haven't you? You had the nice shaving gel. What do you make of it?
Lovely. Love it. The shaving gel especially smells delightful.
And that's the smell you're going to get in the shower gel, which is a new thing as well. So in the trial set, which we're going to get sorted out for you, you're going to get the expertly engineered weighted handle, the one 5-blade cartridge, which has been created by Artisan in their German factory there. So it gives you a really, really good shave. You can probably not tell if you're watching the video version of this podcast, but I like to give it the old chin shave, and they use Harry's for that. It's a really, really good shave. You're going to get a travel blade cover, and you're going to get the foam and shave gel for extra lubrication, and we're going to give you a free shower gel in with that. I know I said the word lubrication, Chris, for goodness.
Sorry, I'm such a fucking juvenile. I apologise.
Such a gel. But listen, it's going to give you a really, really good shave. It's a great trial set. Get involved with it. The shower gel, like the boy said, it's got a really lovely smell that complements the shaving gel as well. It gives you a really nice lather as well if you get that over you.
It does.
You'll be smelling great. So basically what you can do, shower gels, face wash, skincare products, they've all been added to the Harry range now as well. So you can check that all out at harrys.com. So all the products are formulated with 0% sulfates, parabens, dyes, and are alcohol-free, so there's no nasty stuff in it. It's just nice and clean. And you're going to get a trial set with the shower gel now. All you need to do is hit up harrys.com/daft. Just cover the $3.95 for the delivery, and you'll be able to get that trial set. So hit up now, harrys.com/daft. Shower, shave, and go by redeeming your Harry's free trial set now at harrys.com/daft. Remember, you can get more content from Football Daft on our Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/Football Daft. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a service where we're going to give you extra content up there. You give us a wee bit of money in our hand. In return, we'll give you things like the video version of this show, the video version of Rangers and Celtic Daft. You'll get cameos from the boys. You'll also get the teammates, which we put up there when we've had guests on. They will be returning soon. We're sorting a few things out behind the scenes. But yeah, if you want to check out all the teammates, you can do that at patreon.com/Football Daft. But let's now hear from one of our teammate segment. And it's a guy with a little bit of a difference. We don't talk football, but we do talk a lot of still game with Greg Hemphill.
Worst dressed.
I'm in right away. I'm in trouble. First question, Ford.
Moaniest.
I don't know. No, I'm not fucking getting myself libeled.
Who do you want to back you up in a fight?
Winston.
Best looking.
Remember, you've worked with your wife, Greg. Remember, you've worked with your wife.
Thanks for the heads up there, Chris. Jules.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet. That's me.
Most skillful.
And by that, we'll say who nails their lines in the first take.
Abby Lorraine McIntosh of Deacon Blue.
Worst trainer.
So who's the one that comes and they're not prepared properly?
Well, we used to have a running joke on Still Game where Michael Hines, our director, would come up to myself and Ford and go, "Let me introduce you to the script."
So used to then, eh?
Yeah, because I figured because we always used to say, well, we've written it, so we only have to look at it once we get to set, and then we'll know it. And we relied on that a little bit too often. So I myself and Ford for that.
Who never gets the rounding?
So when you're out at the rap party at the end of the series, who never gets the rounding?
Well, it tends to be a free bar, my friend.
I've been there. I have been there, and that's a true story.
So yeah, you tend to sort of have everybody going, "Let me get this one. I'll get this one." No. You got the last one. I'll get this one. Bunch of phonies.
Biggest bam up merchant.
Oh, that's Paul Riley. He's pretty much got one over on every single cast member of that show. Phenomenal wind-up merchant. Phenomenal, like world class. You know, If there was a team of wind-up merchants, he would play for Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Top shagger.
Fuck off, Chris. Who's the top shagger? This is 2021.
I know.
That's true.
Could you? We assisted Jim Jeffries the other week. You know what I mean?
I came away.
Old
Jim
manager
Jeffries gave us an answer straight away.
Right away, bang right in there.
Jeffries did.
Jeffries did.
Unreal.
Best you've played with?
Robert Carlyle.
Bobby.
Yeah.
There we
call
go.
him Bobby, mate.
Do you not like to call him Bobby
Should
anymore?
have taken me off of it.
Oh my God! Yeah, I seen that clip of you, Grado.
Oh,
Going up to Robert Carlyle and calling him Bobby,
and he just went.
He was like, "You're all right, mate."
Mate, that was the worst, man. That was the worst night of my life.
So that's it for this week's Football Daft. Thank you very much for listening. It's good to be back, boys, isn't it?
It's good to be back.
Very good to be back, yes.
Unfortunately, there'll be no Rangers and Celtic Daft next week because it's international break, but we'll be back with them the week after, and it's the build up to the Old Firm next week, boys.
So it'll be another one of the joint numbers, won't it?
It will be. How you feeling? I mean, it's it's a wee bit far away. We're a week and a half out.
I would rather not talk about it just now.
Right. Okay.
I have got my prediction.
Right, well, we'll save it to next week, because we'll be doing our show before. We'll get a lot of chat about that next week. Remember, sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/Football Daft. You'll get the video version of that where you'll be able to see Stephen Purden's Real Heroes on STV on the video version of it this week. You'll get the outtakes. There's plenty of them this week. You'll be able to check out all our teammates as well. We heard that one from Greg Hempel earlier on. Subscribe on Apple or podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. That'd be great. Get us on Twitter, Football Daft Pod, Football Daft Podcast on Instagram, or Football Daft on Facebook. Guys, we've got to decide on an episode name now. I've made some shortlists from this week's show. Here are the nominations for the name of this week's show. Will it be A, STV Real Heroes? Will it be B, Hey, We're Going to Barbados? Will it be C, Farting on First Dates? Or will it be D, Robocop's a grumpy cunt?
There's only one winner there.
Robocop's a grumpy cunt.
So this week's episode is Robocop's a grumpy cunt. There we go. And that's it for this week's Football Daft. Thank you very much for listening. We will see you on the next one.
Audio Frontier.